What is up, guys? Ben Allen back again with another video, and this one is actually pretty interesting, right? So straight off the bat, guys, this is a VA benefits and services book. They give it to you whenever you're transitioning out of the military, right? And so I attended this class. They gave us these books. It's ours to keep, and it has so much information about like the GI Bills, educational benefits, things that are available to you as a veteran once you transition out of the military. And I figured, why not start a new series where I pretty much go over this book? You know what I mean? I read from it and I just give you my own little take on it, and hey, this, that, and the other, right? And today's video is going to be going over the post 9/11 GI Bill, right? How much are you entitled to? How do you access it? What exactly does it cover? But if you guys want more videos like this, comment down below VA benefits, and I will go through every section of this book in a little fucking YouTube series for you guys, just to give y'all the information to show y'all what's available to y'all when you get out of the military, right? If you haven't decided if you're gonna make it a career or not, like, hey, you want to do your 4 and get all the benefits, like, hey, this is what the series is gonna inform you about. But yeah, guys, without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, guys, so like I said, I'm going to be going over the post 9/11 GI Bill and pretty much what it covers. Bear with me, guys. I'm going to be reading straight from the book for y'all, pretty much, just to let y'all, so I can give y'all the actual information straight from the source, you know what I mean? And then I'll go over a little bit of okay, this is what this means, this is what that means, things like that. It's going to be a little lengthy video, probably, depending on how fast I read. But I hope you enjoy it, and this is for y'all, guys. This is literally for y'all. I already went through this class. I'm doing it for y'all, and I really hope you appreciate it. But yeah, guys, let's jump straight into it, all right? So starting off, right, the post 9/11 GI Bill, right? Description. The post 9/11 GI Bill, or Chapter 33 benefit, is an educational benefit program for individuals who served on active duty and received an honorable discharge, right? So you can't have dishonorable, things like that, right? If you get an other than honorable, you're entitled to a certain amount, but not the full extent, depending, right? It only depends on how many years of honorable service you got. Benefits may be used for college, business, technical, or vocational school, degree or certificate programs, apprenticeship or on-the-job training, and correspondence courses, right? Remedial, refresher, and deficiency training are available under certain circumstances. So what this means is you really don't have to use the GI Bill just for college. You can use it for so many other things, right? Say you want to become a certified personal trainer and you want to take that test, and it costs money, right? And all this testing costs money. You can use your GI Bill for that if, the actual, testing facility or, the company or whatever it may be called takes the GI Bill, guys. So that's actually really beneficial, right? Because you don't have to necessarily spend it on college. You can spend it on, on the job training or just different things, that could fit whatever training it is you need for whatever career you're going to pursue, right? So I think that's really cool. I didn't know that going into this, you know what I mean? But right, who's eligible for the post 9/11 GI Bill, right? So it says active duty, National Guard, reserves, veterans, and family members are eligible to receive benefits from the post 9/11 GI Bill. And right, to be eligible for the post 9/11 GI Bill, service members or veterans must meet the following requirements. All right, so get out your pens and paper, guys, because there's going to be a lot of numbers thrown at you right here. All right. So the individual must have served honorably for at least 90 aggregated total days of active duty after September 10th, 2001, right? Or have been honorably discharged from active duty for a service-connected disability, or served 30 continuous days after September 10th, 2001, right? So what the service disability thing means, if you get not kicked out, but if you get med boarded from the Army, which means, they send you on your way because you're not medically able to continue with your service, you're still eligible, right? As long as you served a certain amount of days. To receive 100% of the benefit, the individual must have served an aggregated total of 36 months of active duty service, or have been discharged for a service-connected disability after 30 days of continuous service, right? So 36 months, guys, 3 years. In order to get 100% of the post 9/11 GI Bill, you would have to have served 3 years active duty, right? And because if you get anything less than that, it's only prorated at a certain amount. You don't get the full 100% if it's anything less than 3 years. Or if you serve 30 consecutive days and you got injured, then okay, you still get 100%. There's a lot of people that get injured and get out and get 100%. Some people that aren't even injured but still get out because they're injured or they played the system, that get 100%. But this is going to break down the percentages now, okay guys? So for those who serve fewer than 36 months, the percentage of benefit ranges from 40 to 90%, right? So you get 90% if you serve 30 total months, 80% if you serve 24 total months, 70% for 18 total months, 60% for 12 total months, 50% for 6 total months, and 40% for 5 total months of military service, right? That's including entry-level training and skill training, which pretty much means basic training and AIT as well. And it excludes entry-level training and skill training, right? So the only way, like there's little stars next to it, right? So it just depends, right? So depending on however many months you served, it's either excluding or including actual basic training and AIT, right? But it's not really important. I can show it to you guys. I don't know if it'll focus. That's the money right there, guys. But yeah, so if it has a little star next to it, 2 stars, it could be including and excluding. But moving on, right? So this is Title 32, right? Effective October 1st, 2011, VA pays benefits to members of the Army National Guard and Air National Guard based on qualifying service under Title 32. Payments may be made retroactively for enrollments at an approved educational institution for attendance on or after August 1st, 2009, right? The following service may qualify. So full-time service in the National Guard for the purpose of organizing, administering, recruiting, instructing, or training. And activations in support of national emergency under Section 502F of Title 32, right? So that just means, you know, if you're full-time National Guard, you know, you're doing training, you know, like whether it's your annual training or, you know, for recruiting, or you're just doing something that's helping the military, then you're entitled, right? And same thing if you get activated at your National Guard unit, you're like, hey, we need you guys to go on a deployment or something like that. Like, hey, cool, and you're getting like the actual full VA benefits, you know what I mean? And so, right, if individuals affected by these changes were previously using the post-9/11 GI Bill, they will be paid for any additional benefits they would have been eligible for because of higher benefit level, right? And so jumping straight into the next one, guys, like I'm more talking to the active duty personnel. You know, I'm not really concerned about that National Guard guys because they'll tell you all that, right? But in active duty, they're so focused on the mission, they really don't go over this kind of stuff. You know, like your leadership doesn't anyway, right? At the class they do, but it's only like a one-day class to take in all this information. And here on the channel, you'll be able to review and replay this video over and over again, right? But this is important, guys. So listen, this is how to apply and access your GI Bill, guys. Like once you're out and you want to like start going to school, things like that, or you got an apprenticeship and you want to start doing that, right? So to apply for the post 9/11 GI Bill educational benefits, right? You apply online at ebenefits.gov, right, or .com. Complete the VA Form 22-1990 application for VA educational benefits. Mail the application or drop it off in person at your nearest VA regional office. The application can be found on www.va.gov, right? Or you can call toll free at 1-800-827-1000. All right, so tuition and fees. Eligible active duty service members, veterans, and transferees can receive compensation for full tuition and fees at public in-state schools. These benefits are paid directly to the school by the VA on the student's behalf, right? So VA takes care of pretty much everything. They pay the school for you. They're like, here's your money. This is for this student. You know, yeah, there you go. So it's pretty taken care of. There's a lot. You don't really have like a middleman going on. Like it's just back and forth. You know what I mean? For those attending private or foreign schools, compensation for tuition and fees is capped at the national maximum rate, right? Information on the post 9/11 GI Bill rates for each year can be found at, and it's a long link, guys, but I will link it down below in the description box, so check that out as well. And also, if you want to see a video of like how to actually access the post 9/11 GI Bill, I can like do a little screen capture here and just go through it myself and show you guys how to navigate the website. If you'd like that, comment down eBenefits below and I'll make a video on that as well. But right, so the Yellow Ribbon Program, this is actually pretty cool. I didn't know this existed either until I actually went through this class. But the post 9/11 GI Bill will pay you, right, and it's going to start listing off things that it will pay you for. All resident tuition and fees for a public school, the lower of the actual tuition and fees at the national maximum per academic year for a private school, right? So just play that back, really let that sink in. But it'll pay you the low end of, like, you know, the maximum that's allowed for a private school. So you can still go to a private school, guys, with the post 9/11 GI Bill. Right, and then this is pretty much the last page right here, guys. Try to get through it. Right, your actual tuition and fees may exceed these amounts if you are attending a private school or attending a public school as a non-resident student, right? Degree granting institutions of higher learning participating in the post 9/11 GI Bill Yellow Ribbon Program agree to make additional funds available for your education program without any additional charge to your GI Bill entitlement, right? These institutions voluntarily enter in a Yellow Ribbon Program agreement with the VA and choose the amount of tuition and fees that it will contribute. VA matches that amount and issues payments directly to that institution, right? So pretty much, guys, if you're able to get into one of these Yellow Ribbon programs, like, they will cover, you know, a certain amount of tuition that that you don't even have to touch your GI Bill, right? And the VA will match that, guys, and they'll be able to help you put you through, like, private schools and, you know, like, higher learning, pretty much. So that was pretty cool. I didn't know that was a thing, so I'll probably definitely be hitting that up later on once I actually start attending school. But that's really good to know, guys. Yellow Ribbon programs, guys. Check that out. Okay, so only veterans eligible for the 100% benefit rate based on the service requirements, right? So what we talked about earlier, or their designated transferees may receive this funding. So you have to be eligible for 100%, guys, in order to get the Yellow Ribbon Agreement, you know, program benefits. But you know, mostly everybody gets 100%. You know, if you served more than 3 years and you got out honorably, so it's good. Just, you know, don't screw up in the Army or the military in general. Okay, so active duty service members and their spouses are not eligible for this program. Child transferees of active duty service members may be eligible if the service member is qualified at the 100% rate, right? So you have to be qualified at 100% in order to transfer this to your child, right? And spouses can't touch it, right? And when you're active duty, you can't use it because you have to be a veteran in order to use it. Because if you're active duty, you still get tuition assistance. And if you want a video on how exactly tuition assistance works in the military, comment tuition assistance down below and I'll make it happen. A list of institutions that participate in the Yellow Ribbon Program can be found online at www.benefits.va.gov/GI Bill/yellowribbon.asp, guys. It's long. I'll put that down below. And that'll give you a list of schools that actually participate in these Yellow Ribbon programs that I was talking about, you know. Books and supply stipends, right, guys? So this is still covered under the post 9/11 GI Bill. So the payment is issued directly to the student when the school certifies that and VA processes the enrollment. The benefit is prorated based on the length of service and number of credit hours pursued. This benefit is also available if you are enrolled in a non-college degree, an apprenticeship, or an on-the-job training program, right, guys? So the post 9/11 GI Bill will also pay for your books, your supplies, your stipends, things like that. Like, they will give you a stipend with a certain amount of cash, and it'll be paid to you, and you'll be able to buy the books and things that you need for you know, your actual classes. So that's actually pretty cool too. And another good one, guys, is for all of you that don't want to live at home and you actually want to, you know, get an apartment and things like that, is monthly housing allowance, right? So this was actually really good. So based on the length of active duty service, eligible participants are eligible to receive a percentage of the monthly housing allowance equal to the military BAH, right, basic allowance for housing, payable to an E5 with dependents. So you'll be getting paid as an E5, you know, if they had dependents as well. All right, so you'll be being paid that much, guys. So that's a good amount of money, especially depending on where you live. Like, if you're in California, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of money. But granted, you're gonna be using it for an apartment. But based on the zip code where the student physically attends the majority of their classes, right? So wherever your college is located, right? Say you live in California, but you're going to school in Texas, right? You're going to be getting paid that BAH for whatever the cost of living in Texas is, because that's where your school is, all right? So let's see. Okay, This is paid directly to the student. The housing allowance is not payable to individuals on active duty, their spouses, or to those pursuing training at half-time or less. The distance learners receive half the BAH national average, right? So guys, like pretty much what this means is you have to be a veteran to use it. You have to be actually attending a physical class, you know, at the campus, right? You can't be taking online classes. I mean, you can, but you're not gonna get paid for that. So you have to be physically there, at least attending one, right? Right, and transfer entitlement. This is for those of you that are thinking of like doing the full 20 or, you know, thinking of passing on your benefits to your children or maybe your spouse, right? So pay attention to this one because this actually goes over some of the minimums that you have to actually do to, you know, transfer it over. The transferability option under the post 9/11 GI Bill allows service members to transfer all or some unused benefits to their eligible spouse or dependent children. Benefits must be transferred while you are still a member of the armed forces, right? So you still have to be active duty, including selected reserve, right? DOD or the Department of Homeland Security, depending on your branch of service, determines whether you can transfer benefits to your family. So they're going to be the final go, no-go on the whole ordeal situation, right, guys? Each service has its own rules about service members' eligibility for this program. This is a DoD retention tool, and you may incur additional service obligation, right? Pretty much what they mean is by this is a retention tool is, say you want to transfer to your kids, right? But they're like, dude, you can't transfer to your kids unless you do at least 6 years, right? Or 10 years. So if you're only have a 4-year contract, you're going to have to re-enlist in order to hit that 6 to transfer it over to your kid. And that's how they get some people, right? The people that are really focused on their children, like they'll transfer it over and, you know, they'll re-enlist. That's how they get some people to stay in, by using that cool feature, you know, against them, like, hey, re-enlist and we'll do that. But, right, if you choose to transfer at least 1 month to your eligible dependents before leaving military service, the dependent may be eligible to receive additional months of entitlement. You may also transfer all months of benefits and reallocate as needed, right? So you can pick and choose like how much you want to give to your dependents or your wife. To apply for benefits under this program, eligible dependents must complete and submit VA Form 22-1990 ECHO application of a family member to use transfer benefits online at www.benefits.va.gov/GI Bill/post 9/11 transfer.asp. Again, I'll link it below. Right? And guys, that's pretty much it, right? The last thing is tutorial assistance, right? Tutorial assistance is available for students who receive VA educational assistance through the post 9/11 GI Bill, Montgomery GI Bill, or survivors and dependents educational assistance at the half-time rate or higher and have a deficiency in a subject that makes tutoring necessary, right? To apply, you'd also hit the link down below that I'm going to put in the comment section or the description box. But guys, that is pretty much it for the GI Bill, right? That covers pretty much everything, you know, more or less, you know, that's available to you, how much percentages you need to serve in order to get full credit for the GI Bill and things like that, right? They also have the Montgomery GI Bill on here, but if you guys want to see that one in another video just to compare the differences between the two, let me know and I'll make another video. Like I said, guys, I'll be going over this book, right? There's so many good things in here. So just to list off a couple of things, right? So key resources, how the VA supports you, right? Your transitioning journey, supporting yourself and your family, veteran employment services, you know, like places that are veteran friendly, they're trying to get you jobs, things like that. Monetary benefits, right? Disability compensation, applying for disability, claim effect, like how do you get your claims taken care of, right? Clothing allowances. Guys, there's just so much good knowledge in this book, guys, and I'm super excited to share this with you if you guys want this, right? So just literally comment down like VA benefits in the comment section below, and I will turn this into an actual series. I will go over the Montgomery GI Bill next in the episode 2 of the VA benefit series, and we'll get the ball rolling, guys. I'll get you all this knowledge because they don't teach you this shit while you're in the Army. They're too busy focused on the mission and too busy focused on retaining soldiers that they're not trying to tell them about all the benefits that go on and that are available to you after serving, you know, like 4 years, 3-4 years, guys. I'm here to do that. I'm here to show you the stuff that I didn't know was available to me while I was serving until I was like getting out with like a month left in the Army. You know what I mean? I'm here for you. This book is here for you, and this is going to be good, guys. Let me know what you guys thought about this video. It's something new. I really like it. It's a long video, guys, but I'm here for you, and I don't mind reading off of it and explaining as best as I can, you know, from what I remember from the class to you guys. But again, guys, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you want to ask me questions, feel free to hit me up in my Instagram. It's at Ben_Allen175. Best possible place to reach me. I answer all my DMs. I try to get back as soon as possible as well. And yeah, guys, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you on the next one. Later.